Hello, everybody. So, I'm going to start this live just talking about coronavirus. And from what I've read and all the information that I've gathered, how we can take control of our own experiences and our own lives and reduce our fear levels by knowing that we are taking actions to protect ourselves. So I talked a little bit about this yesterday. I'm going to talk about it again today because I feel like it is something that a lot of people are being really scared about. And there's just little things that you can do in your daily habits to prevent the virus from taking hold if you have been exposed. So I took notes. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I've read over and over again is how the coronavirus will take root in your mouth. And then it goes down into your esophagus from there. Well, one of the biggest things to prevent and kill any of the viruses that are in your mouth is to do oil pulling. Oil pulling is an ancient practice. It's something that you can do on a regular basis that has so many health benefits. But what it does is it activates the saliva glands to produce enzymes, which makes the saliva very acidic, which kills off bacteria. There are certain things that you can add to the oil, which increases your killing off of that virus. Yes, and drinking water will do the trick too because it's washing the virus down. But if you oil pull, you're killing it all. There's no chance there's going to be anything left. And if you put just even one drop of oregano oil, which oregano oil is also an antiviral and antibacterial and all of that stuff, and swish your mouth out with that. So the common oils to do oil pulling is sesame oil, sunflower oil, coconut oil. Any of those are really good. And you can put one drop of oregano oil into the oil that you're swishing in your mouth, and it's going to kill everything. Plus, it actually helps to prevent cancer. It kills all of the bacteria and it rejuvenates all of your roots of your teeth. It does so many different things. Now, do not swallow this oil. This is very important. You do not swallow this oil. You swish around for 15 minutes and then you spit it out. Very important, okay? Another thing that's really good to do if you have any virus at all, any kind of infection or anything that you're suffering from, you can take 10 mils of oil, and you can do sunflower oil, coconut oil, sesame oil, olive oil, whatever you want. And you can put the oregano oil in there. And you can put that on your belly button. So the reason why the belly button is so good is because you have all of these blood vessels that all meet right at the belly button. So when that oil gets into the bloodstream, it gets distributed very quickly. And it does the work from the bloodstream point of view. Very important, great stuff to know. So then when you're talking about certain things that we might be doing that reduces our immune system, things like eating sugar will actually suppress your immune system for 24 hours. It makes you more susceptible. So be careful about the simple sugars that you're eating. Okay, so simple sugars are like donuts, pastries. Even honey will bring your immune system down. So these things we want to be careful of, okay? So sugar suppresses the immune system for 24 hours. Again, trying to make sure that you're getting the most of your minerals and your foods that you're eating from your diet. So eating as many raw fruits and vegetables as possible because they have the highest amount of naturally occurring minerals, which makes your body stronger, okay? So again, going back to talking about some of the essential oils that we can be using around the house, even like diffusers you have around your necklace, if you have a diffuser necklace. So number one is tea tree. Tea tree is an antiviral, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. So it's a really great one to use. You just put one drop. Peppermint oil is also antiviral, antibacterial as well. We can also put oregano oil on there. Thyme is one of the better ones. I really like thyme. I find that it does a really great job at killing off viruses or anything like that. So those are really great for keeping your immune system strong. It's really great for having that environment. Um, so creating an environment so that the virus is actually repelled from you. So if you're having it around your necklace, if you have a bracelet that has the lava stones that you can put the drops on, those are really great to have. Again, try to remember not to let this stuff, get you stressed out or have your fear levels rising, because fear and stress will lower the immune system too. And we want to keep the immune system strong through all of this. We want to keep things, your constitution as strong as we possibly can. This is going to be very important for you. Yes. So if anybody has any other questions, again, when you're making that belly button oil, you can put, if you're putting 10 mils of oil, one drop is all you need. If you wanted to do 20 mils, you can put one drop of thyme, one drop of tea tree, one drop of oregano oil and thyme, whichever one that you want to use. The belly button oil does not have to be very strong to be extremely effective. Okay. Yes. So any other questions out there that anybody might have, you are so welcome to send me private messages or anything like that. But just really, really great information so that you're taking the power and, knowing that you have control. So especially when you've been out in around a public a lot, when you get home, do a quick oil pull. You're just killing off anything that you might have picked up while you were out. You can make at home hand sanitizers. I went to the store today to go get some hand sanitizers. They're not available. So you can make some stuff like that at home with your essential oils. I'm going to be doing a live on Saturday. You rinse your mouth out for 15 minutes. So that gives you enough time to get those saliva, because what it's doing is it's activating the digestive enzymes that we have in our saliva, and it brings all of that into the mouth. So once you do it for about 5-6 minutes, you'll start to feel like your mouth is getting fuller and fuller. And this is good. You can spit out a little bit as you go. Do not swallow this oil. Because you have so many enzymes in there, it's breaking up all that bacteria in your mouth. It's breaking up anything that's been hanging around. It'll actually drain your lymph nodes in the back. And so it just works really great. Yes, and actually oil pulling will be amazing for a sinus infection, Susan. And anybody suffering from any infections in their teeth, sinus, anything that has to do with congestion around the face, oil pulling is amazing. It will just drain everything and pull it right out. And if you could do it, Susan, if you're suffering right now, I would put even just one drop of the oregano oil. So the oils to use were sesame oil, sunflower oil, or coconut oil. Those were the three main ones that I've seen for oil pulling. Perfect. Yep. I find the sunflower oil really drains the most in the back. If you're looking for teeth whitening and health of your gums, you're looking for more sunflower or sesame oil. But I find the sunflower oil really drains all of that. If you're finding that yes, you can even combine all three if you want. And the coconut oil, it has a natural antibiotic makeup to its oil already. So you could easily just put a little bit of coconut oil with your sesame oil with sunflower oil. You could use all three if you want. But yes, this is a really great way to, when you get home, when you're out in the public, just do it for about 10-15 minutes. First thing in the morning is really important. That's when you're getting the most of the bacteria, because when we sleep, our mouth is that perfect temperature, moist space for bacteria to breed. So, first thing in the morning is also an amazing time to do some oil pulling. And it works really, really well. So, and then when I was talking about that belly button oil, so if you have any suspicions of any kind of virus whatsoever, whether it's the flu, whether it's anything, you can make this oil and put that on your belly button. And it gets into the bloodstream very quickly. It gets dispersed very quickly. And because it's kind of in the local area, it's all around your digestive tract and all of that stuff. So it really helps to kill off a lot of, viruses that are taking root, especially when you get it like into your lungs, like your diaphragm is right about in here. So it's very close to everything. If you feel like any virus has already taken root. The belly button oil is really helpful. Not eating any sugar, curbing your sugar intake, very important. What else do I have? Yes, making sure you're not getting, too stressed out, because also stress will cause yourself to lower your immune system as well. Also, if you're a smoker, please be careful with this. These smokers, actually, when you actually have a puff of a cigarette, it's almost like taking a full teaspoon of sugar, believe it or not. So you're getting that high surge of sugar. And what happens is that will also suppress the immune system. So just trying to make sure that you do something to boost that in certain areas. Now, there's going to be a lot of talk about boosting your vitamin C. I've had a couple people approach me and ask me if they should take more vitamin C. The only thing about this is if you're going to take more vitamin C, you have to continue taking it for long periods of time. And when you decide to come off of it, wean yourself off, because what happens is when you take large amounts of vitamin C, your body stops taking it from your diet. And what that does is it leaves your body vulnerable until it adjusts 3 or 4 days to start taking that vitamin C again. Morning, Lakeisha. So that's one thing about boosting vitamin C. Vitamin D is a really great vitamin to be taking during this particular period. It actually it's one of the immune system boosters that will help to prevent from the virus from taking hold and making a big impact in your body. And once the sun is going to be shining a little more, or if you live in a sunny city, try to get out into the sun as much as possible, because the sun is actually drying this virus up, so they say. But vitamin D is also one of those big ones that will be really good for keeping your immune system up and fighting this off as fast as possible. And because it's a lung thing, peppermint, eucalyptus globulus, to be specific, will be very helpful in treating if you do contract the virus. Okay, hopefully that doesn't happen, but I mean, we have to be in touch with reality here. We're all being it is now in my city. I am in a small city in New Brunswick, Canada, and now we have it here. So there's a lot of fear, a lot of stress around what to do, how to prevent this, how to protect yourself, and nobody protects you like you. So you need to make sure that you're taking the steps and doing what you need to do to help yourself. Okay. So today we are going to be guessing colors, because the numbers, I'm not sure why, but Facebook has been blocking numbers. So I'm going to write down some colors. And if anybody is wanting a reading, just start throwing out some colors. There we go. I got 5 spots. If anybody wants to skip the free list, you can just do a donation in the description. It's not really the rainbow. There's some colors that are on the rainbow there. No, blue is not there. Yes, and I really want people to know that they have control, that they have um, the what do you call it? Resources to be able to protect themselves and fight themselves off. Lots of purple. No purple today. No purple today. No green, no red. Oh, I got some tough colors in there then. Oh, yellow. We do have a yellow. That's Tamara Ann. Tamara Ann. You got the first spot. No orange today. Congratulations. Congratulations. Tamara run it with yellow. Yep, yellow's taken. So yellow's off. I have 4 more spots. Yay, Tamara. No yellow, no green. All right, so YouTube, anybody watching on YouTube, if you want to guess some colors, we're guessing colors for spots. I never thought of turquoise. No, that's not on there either. So keep throwing those, no black. Keep throwing those colors out there. I'm gonna read for Tamara starting. I have 4 more spots left. Brown, Michelle, you have a spot. Good job. Okay, so I have 3 more spots left. I'm going to do an event too. Before I start reading, I'm going to do an event for this Saturday. I'm going to be making some products live, and you will have an opportunity to pick some up on Saturday. So I'm going to do an event. So keep your eyes open on my Facebook page for the event for Saturday. Find out your local time when it'll be on. All right, so right now I'm reading for Tamara Ann, and I have 2 spots taken, 3 spots left. Here we go. Lakeisha, you just won a spot with gray. All right. So 2 spots left. I have a feeling 1 spot's going to be really hard for people to guess. Okay, so Tamara Ann, you're focusing on the rings as I mix them up here. No purple today. Okay, Tamara. Okay, so around the next there's not a lot of information here, but it's a very direct message. So right now we're about to come on to the next new moon. Between the next new moon and the full moon, you're going to have to pay very close attention to how your internal world is creating your external worlds. And there's going to be a need for you to be really paying attention to how you need to be doing this healing work right now. There's some deep forgiveness work that you need to be doing, because what it's doing is it's affecting how you're creating your external world. And this is some karma that you're holding on to. You're not moving past it as fast as you could be. And so you need to be working through that as fast as possible, especially coming through this next phase between the next new moon and full moon. You're going to have a big opportunity here to really work through some stuff for yourself and clear this karma that you've been holding on to. I hope that makes sense for you. It was not a very big reading, but a very direct message. Beige, Trina, you got a spot. I figured the beige was going to be the last to go. Trina. Trina Jake. Yeah, I figured the beige was going to be the last to go, but we still have one more spot. One more spot to go. Okay, so Tamara Ann, that was for you. Next, I have Lakeisha. Ow! Got a little splinter. All right. All right. Next, we are reading for Lakeisha. Lakeisha, just send me a quick message so I know you're paying attention. And keep those colors coming. There's still one left. So Linda, we're guessing colors today. I have one spot left. One spot left. Right now I'm reading for Lakeisha. So Lakeisha, focusing on the runes. Perfect. Man, that's the second time. All right, Lakeisha, let's see what we have for you. Okay. All right. So Lakeisha, you're very focused right now on there's some karma in your life you have to make a decision about, but it's causing you a lot of anxiety. The anxiety is almost overwhelming sometimes because it's just very much at the center of what's going on for you. You have some decisions to make. Once you make these decisions, everything is fated to work out well, but you're just really holding on to some things. You got to work on your boundaries. You got to say how you feel, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what makes you happy. Sometimes you need to get into what makes you happy in order to be able to really be able to express that clearly. Around the next new moon, you're going to have an opportunity to really step into the decisions that you need to make. But this forgiveness work that is still lingering for you. You still have some forgiveness work that needs to be done here in your spirit world. Okay? So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Mara Ann, you can't keep guessing. You already had your spot. You had your reading today. All right. So, Lakeisha, that's what I had for you. I hope that makes sense. Michelle Lopez, you're up next. If you already have a spot, you can't keep guessing. You have to leave it open for other people to guess. So, anybody who wants to guarantee. Okay. So, you have some decisions to make about that then. Good for you. Good for you, Lakeisha. Doing high five. High five, girl. Great job. You can give it away to somebody, Tamara, if you want to. Yes, you can. So Michelle Lopez. Michelle Lopez. I would prefer that the people guess themselves the colors. So, Okay. I still have one more spot left. If somebody decides to do a donation, which is in the description, you can do a donation to your discretion to guarantee your reading. Please let me know you've done that, okay? Alrighty, so we are reading for Michelle Lopez now. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, Tamara, no need for sorry whatsoever. No need for sorry. I just want to make sure that everybody has their opportunity. Okay, so Michelle, we're reading for you right now. So focusing on the runes as I mix them up here. All right. And then after Michelle, I have Trina, and then I have one more spot left. Michelle, you guessed brown. So there is one more spot left. All right, so Michelle. I feel like I've told you this before, but you really need to get into your true heart's desires and finding something to express that forward. I feel like there's like an art form or something that you do that's going to help you express what you truly feel in your heart. Um, Also, yeah, okay. There's something here. I like the first thing that comes to my mind when I see this rune is there's a need for you to forgive yourself. There's something you're not forgiving yourself for. Like maybe you are not maybe your expectations are too high, or I'm not sure. I feel like there's something that you've done that you feel bad about that's really affecting how you feel in the world, but you need to forgive yourself for this. Really get in there and ask what you need to learn from this situation so that you can move forward confidently. Everybody makes mistakes. You don't need to hold on to this. You need to ask what you needed to learn and what you need, what resources you need to really move forward confidently with all of you. Because it's really affecting your manifestations in the world, if I should say something like that. And it's really affecting how you are feeling in the world. Um, oh, awesome. And your guardian angel has been working really hard at trying to help you too to work through these things that have made you feel very insecure. There's a need for you to make some decisions around a man that he is not in your best interest. I feel like maybe he puts you down or he makes you feel not good about yourself in some way. And your guardian angels are really trying to help protect you from this person. And you're really getting those messages, but this man, he's not in your best um he's not in your best interest, if that makes any sense. Um, you need to be connecting to your spirituality more on a daily basis, connecting to your spirituality, something you can do every day to fill your own cup. When you're coming to the world with a full cup, especially in your circumstances, um, you have more control over your physical world. You have more control over bringing people in that you need, creating circumstances that you need. And so the more that you do that spiritual work for you, the more in control of your physical world you're going to become. And that's what you're very focused on right now. You're very focused on bringing to reality things that you can see in your mind. And that is a very good thing for you. Bring Stay focused on that. Keep going with that creativity and allowing yourself to bring into reality things that you can see and feel on the inside. I hope that makes sense for you, Michelle. I hope that makes sense for you. I only say, okay, let's see. I do not see the last spot yet. Not yet. Keep those guesses coming. All right, so Trina, you are the last one. Happy birthday, Ileana. Lots of love to you as well. I hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, so reading for Trina right now. Here we go. Oh, good, Michelle. I'm happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. All right, let's see what we have for you, Trina. Trina. Okay. Hey. All right, so Trina, I feel like there is this like reoccurring thing that's been happening with you. Um, it's attached to something karmic, but your thoughts around it are not very positive. It's like when it happens, you're like, oh goodness me, it's happening again. Why does this keep happening? How do I get through this? There's some forgiveness work that needs to be done here because once you start to break apart the reality of this particular thing that keeps happening, and it's happening because it's trying to show you something, and you turn your thoughts around about it and start to pick it apart and ask what it's there to teach you, what it's there to show you, and realizing that your internal world creates your external world. So this is actually something that your internal world is creating for your greater good. You're going to clear that karma just like that. And everything is going to move in such a good direction. Like, but you need to do that forgiveness work. I feel like there's something there that you've held on to, and that's why this keeps happening over and over again. So connect to your higher self and ask, what are you trying to teach me? What is it that I need to learn for true forgiveness here? And keep asking where your connection is. What is it that you need from it? And keep going until you feel clear and ready to do that forgiveness work. Really do that forgiveness work. You're going to have an opportunity even more around the next new moon. But right now, you're so not ready to focus on this situation whatsoever. Like I feel like you're like, oh, maybe you're just done dealing with it. You're like, I'm so done with this. But it just might be the perspective that you have on it that's keeping you stuck, if that makes any sense. Like, but at this point, I feel like you just don't even want to look at it anymore. You're just so done with it. You're like, oh God, I don't even want to look in that direction. But maybe you just need to shift the way that you're thinking about it. And connecting to your higher self and keep asking, what is it that you want me to learn from this? What is it that I need so that I can create something different for myself? And keep asking those questions over and over again until you get the answer. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Thank you, Jessica. I have this one last spot. Okay. So then it's asking, what is the new thought patterns that you need to put into place? That's the next step. And if you still feel stickiness around forgiving, then that means that it's not truly, you haven't truly gotten all of the nuggets that you need out of it. So it's forgiving others, it's forgiving yourself for the creation of the situation, plus forgiving God. And it's God energy, right? Because through things that happen to us, we close ourselves off from that universal energy. Little bits of yourself get closed off from that connection to that universal energy. And when that happens, we are there's little just adjustments in your thinking that can reconnect you. And so that's where you need to focus, is where are you. um, mhm. Yeah, perfect. And so just trying to upgrade those thoughts more and more, you can get there. Okay. So Tamara Ann had thrown out the color earlier, but she had already had a spot. So Tamara Ann, are you still watching? Yes, Trina, you got this, girl. You can totally do this. Tamara Ann, are you still watching? Did you want to give that spot to somebody? Good. Give that spot to somebody else, because I still have one more spot, one more reading to do. Yeah, thank you, Trina. Thank you so much for allowing me to do that reading for you. It's been a while since I had you on one of my lives. I think you've been popping on here and there, but for me to actually do a reading for you. Oh, Ashley. Ashley Callis. Ashley Callis, I read for you yesterday. Would you be okay if we did it for Linda Shafi instead? And I know, Tamara Ann, that you were really wanting to give it to Ashley, but maybe I'll just do both of you. I'll just do both of you. Linda Shafi sounds like she really needs it today. So Ashley Callis and Linda, I'm going to read for both of you today. All right, let's go. I'm going to do Linda Shafi first. So Linda, focusing on the runes while I mix them up, and then I'm going to read for Ashley after. That's up to you, Trina. You don't have to do that. All right, Linda, focusing on the runes as I mix them up here. And everybody on the live, if you don't mind sharing this out, especially after I have gone off here, just because that beginning part is, and I really want to get that message out there. All right, so Linda, let's read for you first. Here we go. Okay, so Linda, listen. Ah. Okay, so we got some karma that you've been really working hard to work out for yourself. Your ancestors have been really trying to help you to understand this karma. And life has been giving you many circumstances also to help you to learn what you need to learn. But your anxiety has been kind of blocking you from being able to really get in touch with the heart. The heart, there's a lot of information in your heart, but the anxiety has been kind of putting a cap on it and not letting you get in there to really hear what you need to hear, about um, what your next steps are, or like what your new thoughts should be, or there's some new thinking that's just under the surface for you. And once you tap into what's really there in your heart, your life is going to take a turn very quickly. But this anxiety is attached to some habits. You're just starting to realize some habits that are not serving you. And maybe there's been a lot of conversation, a lot of maybe gossip. I'm not sure if it's gossip or if it's just not talking positively. But it's really the whole cycle of anxiety is in this piece of information here. Um, so maybe looking at the ways that you haven't been speaking out loud as positive as you could be, and realizing the habits that are there and how that's causing a lot of anxiety. Whereas if you just, put your hand to paper and just write out a bunch of stuff until you start to really get into what your heart really needs to express. Because, like I said, once that's been happening, that you're just not seeing how things are going to turn out really well here. So let me know if that makes sense for you, Linda. Okay, so now we're reading for Ashley. Ashley, Ashley, Ashley. Here we go. Reading for Ashley. Yeah, so Linda, as the weeks go on, try to be aware of some conversations that you're having with others on the outside so that you can become aware of the habits, right? All right, so Ashley, this is for you. Let's see what we got for you. Ashley, Ashley, Ashley. Okay, so Ashley, you have some decisions to make here, Ashley. You're having some hard times that are going on in the family. It's causing you a lot of, well, you need to decide to really get in touch with what's going on in your heart. There's also a need for you to do the forgiveness work. If there's stuff that's been happening in the family that is leaving like a really not good taste in your mouth, and I mean, I'm just using that as an expression here, but just keep getting in touch with that heart. Do the forgiveness work that you need to do because I feel like maybe you're not aware of how you're not doing the forgiveness work and learning what you need to learn out of this situation. But once you make that choice, you have this new beginning, you have this really great turnout that is just under the surface for you. Um, you need to continue with working on making sure you're thinking very positive. This is going to keep you on the up and up and keep you kind of separating from the people who are not, the best for you. You have this woman in your life. She is not a good influence for you. She does not have your best interest at heart here. Um, your guardian angel has been trying to give you some information about this, but I feel sometimes maybe you don't want to believe it's true. But you need to open up your mind and allow yourself to understand that, this person may not be a bad person, and maybe it's somebody that, because they have the life that they have, you may be looking up to them, but they may not be the best person for you. So just try to be aware of that a little bit. And yeah, that's what I have for you, Ashley. That's what I have for you. Okay. So thank you everybody for being here. I truly appreciate being able to read for all of you. And I hope that I get to help you in any which way that I can. Any YouTubers, please be sure to subscribe so that you can see me when I go live. And I'm going to be launching an event on my page for Saturday. I'm going to be doing a live shopping show where I'm going to be making products live so that you can pick stuff up for at home use around the virus, around some crystals and things like that that help our vibrations. So, yeah, keep your eyes open for that. Hello, Shiloh. We're just getting finished up. I'm so sorry you missed us. But thank you so much for hopping on. It's such a pleasure to see all of you. And thank you so much for letting me read, for any of you that let me read. And again, I am doing the competition for the candle. So anybody who leaves me a review, your name goes in for a candle that is for the month of March. And the share. So anybody who shares, your name also goes into a draw for a free run-on-one session. So thank you, everybody, and I hope that you all have a great day. I'm sorry, Angelica, Angelique, I'm just getting off. But again, I'm going to be doing readings during my shopping show on Saturday. So everybody have a great day. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Okay, thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great day.